So this is my daughter's room. We have a fairly common rule in the household that kids come first, so their rooms get decorated and situated before we even start messing with ours. We have a few things to start with. First is patching holes, removing screws left behind by the previous owner, removing unnecessary telephone jacks. I was going to try and remove these shelves, but after evaluating them, the problem I have, well, one, I don't like how those screws are done, but what they've done is they've sealed it to the ceiling. My concern is because of the texture on the ceiling, it is not textured behind that, and I don't even want to mess with it. So I am not going to be removing the shelves. I'm going to be cleaning them and painting them in place. Okay, so up here you see where I'm guessing this used to be a TV mount. We don't allow TVs in the kids' rooms. Before I start filling these holes, I'm just gonna get these rough edges gone. Makes it a little easier to patch, a smoother patch moving forward. Because you really don't want to have a whole bunch of extra rough edges that are unnecessary. And it looks like they had something screwed in here. I had to take the screw out of the wall and do that there. And then if you look here, it's not really too bad. If you look right here, it's not really too bad, so I didn't have to do much to that when I pulled that old jack out. And I'm just checking over the walls, making sure there's nothing else that I need to move at this time. It looks like we've got this one hole up here that's going to be patched. One thing we noticed is these people ran hardline or Cat5, whatever you want to call it nowadays, through the walls and through the ceilings and grates and stuff. I'm guessing at one point they didn't have wonderful internet speeds, so that was how they addressed that issue. I know that back in Hume, that's what me and Mo Homesteading have to do, but here, Wi-Fi is significantly better, so it's not necessary anymore. So with that done, I'm going to start patching the holes and hopefully be ready to paint like I planned. This is what I have. It's called Drydex. I like this because it changes colors when it's dry, so I don't have to play the guessing game. And it's really good for patching holes, especially little ones like this. And with a small container, I'm not having to do the mud work that I had to do in Hume when we moved in there and we're doing all the construction and stuff in there. So that's nice. So we just picked up a small container of this and a little putty knife, and that's what I'll be using to patch the holes in this room. I don't particularly like textured walls for this reason. I prefer smooth walls, but since the house already has textured walls in it, it is what it is. Must deal, and I am not redoing the whole thing. I refuse to do that again. Hi guys. So I have finished taking down what I'm going to take down, patching the holes in the walls, and kind of getting ready here. Now, one thing I learned after what I did in Hume was that, or one thing I'll do here versus what I did in Hume, there I kind of didn't care on the floor, because the flooring that was in the house when we first started the work on it was the old hardwoods that were unrestorable. So we didn't bother restoring them. We actually put a floating floor in Hume. Whereas here, we're actually not gonna be doing anything with the floor. We're gonna be leaving it for now. Eventually, we may put carpet in down here since it's a kid's room. But for right now, we're actually gonna leave this. So I am actually going to tape and tarp, which is not something I normally do, nor is taping around the edges of window seals or baseboards, things like that. But I am actually going to do that this time. I'm going to try to do things properly. That is not normally how I do things. Normally I'm kind of gonna roll with the person. I'm gonna get to work and start painting and tarping, or start taping and tarping, and moving the stuff out of the center of the floor that's in my way, which is actually my supplies and things. So that's where we're gonna go for right now. Now, I'm actually gonna stop there with that particular section. I do want to cover the floor with a tarp. So, as soon as I figure out where to put those. So, what I've done is I've picked up some basic plastic tarps from Home Depot. Now, as far as the tarp, I'm not a believer in expensive tarping. It's not a big deal. What I am a believer in is good painter's tape. Cheap painter's tape, you're gonna get runs, you're gonna get all kinds of stuff that comes through. So make sure that if you're gonna be painting and having to tape anything off, get yourself the good stuff, spend an extra $1 or $2. It's worth it. You get much better edges, much prettier, much cleaner lines. That's what I would do. Now, before I start, what you will notice is I do have these. We have a boiler system, and we also have baseboard heating. So you will see that I have this here. I have turned it off, or it's supposed to be off. Make sure, if you're having to deal with that, make sure your stuff is off. You do not want this running if you're going to be tarping it. That does put off heat. This is plastic. All of those things mixed together don't always. So I've got the baseboard heater taped on it, and I've got this side of the wall taped. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start on this side over here and get that done, and then come back over on this side. Like I said, I'm actually taping the plastic to the boards to protect the floor, protect the baseboards. I will be painting the baseboards, but not right now. Right now I'm doing the walls. So, okay, so that is my line, and you can see there's a white line behind it where either I'm not straight or the previous people were straight. Really doesn't matter to me as long as it looks good when I'm done. And I've taped up to hold and protect my baseboard heating here. So I'm going to finish up this wall here and then get a small section for there. I will do this side absolutely last, and there's a reason for that. Last thing for me to tape up is this. I don't want anything getting on it. I don't want to remove it because honestly, I don't know how to do it without tearing stuff up. So I'm going to tape over it, and that'll be that. Now, the stuff I bought is supposed to be one coat cover. I spent the extra money on it. They did tell me that when covering up these dark of colors, I may still have to go back. I'm hoping I don't have to do that too much, but it is something I'm aware of. So you're probably wondering why I just did that and why I didn't paint the corners. And the reason behind that is because we're actually using two different colors in here. We're going to be doing a shadowing effect around all of the corners and doorways and seals to kind of make it kind of fun. Ultimately, we're decorating this room like Harry Potter. My daughter loves Harry Potter. So I'm trying to make it something that will go along those lines for her, but something that she can grow out of eventually and change it without me having to change the paint every 2 years. You can see, I've taken those shelves out. And I gotta move my stuff. And I did not think about the fact that there is an outlet right there. So I'm gonna have to take that out real quick. Shouldn't take too much time. Quickly tape it, and then I'll be on to the next sections, which is pretty much here. With the lighter color, we're not doing this all the way to the edges. And you guys will see the fun coming up on that next level. So I'm gonna stop here. I'll show you when I get done. Okay, so I've done the inside. So like if you look here, you can see I've left the edges. Now I've left these for a reason. I've done the inside, and it looks like this one coat coverage stuff actually worked really good. So that's impressive because you can see how dark the colors that were in here were. Now, so we're actually switching to a different color. So I'm going to be switching to that now, using a small roller, and I'm going to actually be blending it in on the sides. It'll be really cool when it's all done. But wanted you guys to see where I was at right now.
It's on you right now.
It's already going. So, are you getting the paint color?
Yeah, I'm getting the paint color.
Okay, so we've already done our light color for this room, and we actually have two ways that we're doing this next part. We have the small roller, and we have this little glove. Now, we can laugh, everybody can laugh at this. This is meant for other things, but we're gonna use it to blend colors a little bit. So, we're gonna get paint on this, and then let me show you what we're gonna do next. You following?
I'm following.
You're following? Okay, so we're gonna start with this corner right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Get up here into the corner, and then we're gonna smear it. And just kind of blend that dark out into...
Mama, it looks like it's like really smooth when I'm doing it on the camera.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But when I look down not on the camera, it's not really that smooth because of the walls.
Oh, okay. So...
But I think I'm liking this color.
Yeah? You like that?
Yeah, I like that. I'm raising it higher as you go.
Now, I'm sure there's better ways and tricks to doing this, but
Mama's gonna do it this way.
Mama's gonna do it this way.
Yeah. But I'll let her speak now.
That's a good idea. Are you following, kiddo?
Yep, I'm following. I'm raising it as high as I can.
Okay.
That's a light color. I like it. Oh, Mama can still stand on her tippy toes.
Barely.
Because of her broken foot.
I haven't had a broken foot for a while, kiddo.
Well, the plate's in her foot.
Yeah, I do have a plate in my foot.
Yes. And we need to get that fixed.
I can't get that fixed. It's permanent.
Ew. The doctors can't just cut open your foot and then...
Nope. Doesn't work like that.
Okay. I'm videoing you here.
You're videoing me here.
Why do you have this mat?
Why do I have the mat on the ground?
Yeah.
Well, because I don't want to get the paint.
On the ground?
On the ground. That's right. So
now what my mama is doing is she's getting paint on the roller and she is putting it on the sponge. Now she's going to use the sponge to paint.
well, I'm going to use paint on the roller and the sponge. I'm using the sponge to blend it. So watch. Carrot, you want to carefully watch your step and move over to this other side?
Okay. I'm doing it carefully.
Okay.
As you can see, my mama is very taller than me. That's what parents usually are. So. And what she's doing now is she's covering up the purple, the red. She's covering up the red. And Mama doesn't like putting red on walls because last time she messed up red.
No. I've had to cover up red before.
And Mama didn't
and
like
red
it.
does not cover easily.
And Mama didn't like it, so she's never doing red again.
Nope, kind of like wallpaper. Never happening again.
Mama had to, it took a lot of days for Mama to get the wallpaper in our Missouri house.
Yeah.
Off the walls. It took like
Took forever.
And Mama's never doing that again.
Nope.
Okay, here's what's happening. She's never doing red or wallpaper again.
Hey, you're rambling.
Sorry.
That looks kind of cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks really pretty actually.
You like that?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna like it when I get older too.
Well, that's a good thing.
Mama,
Yeah?
why couldn't you get the paint down here fixed?
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Patience, young one.
Okay. I'll be in here for a while. And why'd you call me a young one?
Because you are a young one.
Okay. Fine with me.
You're going to be a young one for a while.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Okay, so that's where we're going to show you what I'm doing, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done and I'm ready. Okay, so I'm on the final things for in here, and that is to do the baseboards. I've decided to go ahead and do the baseboards the darker color. So I've pulled up my wrapping and I've lined under the baseboards so that I don't get paint on the floor. I've already done some of them, but I figured I would show you guys what I did here. This protects the floor, comes off really easy. I'm gonna do these baseboards and then I'll show you guys what the final thing looks like. This is my hard work for today. When it's all said and done, I think it's gonna be really awesome. I think she's gonna love it. And it's definitely going to be unique. So that is the goal. All right, well, painting done. On to the next project. You can come in.
Holy cow, I like it. Well, this is awesome. That is a comfortable bed.
So what do you think, Carah?
This is so fun. It's Harry Potter. And there he is again. And there he is. Harry Potter thing. A Harry Potter game?
Hey, don't jump on that bed though, okay?
Where did this come from?
That was in that stuff we got.
No kidding.
I want to say it's a model of the fidget.
The
that
golden
flies
snitch.
So,
Golden snitch.
it was going so fast.
Yeah.
Harry Potter